2 years ago, I've been sitting in front of this handsome and interesting man, and he was telling me that despite these armored automobiles, soon he also wants to build an armored boat. I actually laughed at that and said, no way you're gonna succeed. Forget about this idea, it's unreal and impossible. But this man simply smiled into my face and didn't reply anything. Well, 2 years have passed, and that's what I'm driving right now. I guess if I come back in 2 years, you gotta be making tanks already. I mean, where else to grow? What's your next stop? Well, my friends say I have already conquered Earth and water, so the only thing that remains is to take a piece of sky. And how many boats you produce per month? Per month we can do up to 5 boats. The first type of boats we make are the ribs. Those are just the lifeboats. They are not armored. They are used for transporting soldiers up to 16 people. Then goes the 8.5-meter armored boat. Then the 10-meter, the 12-meter, and the newest one we've built is the 16-meter. And that's actually already a war vessel. Well, to be honest, it's still in the process, but very soon it will get on the water. It's got sleeper cabs, it's got a wardroom, which is actually a dining room, it's got a kitchen, it's got everything. A real war vessel. Well, this project is called CHASER 1500 B6, and the main feature of this boat, same as the others, is that it's got a modular armored cabin that fully protects the crew from any weapon that uses 7.62 regular bullets. This boat may remain fully autonomous up to 7 days, and it's got 6 sleeping places, a galley, a shower, a captain's cabin, and the main thing is that this boat is able to carry quite a serious ammunition. So today, I'm going to show you a CHASER. No, not the Toyota CHASER that was built to wrap the lampposts. This CHASER is able to wrap anyone against the lamppost itself. We've got 3 engines, 400 horsepower each. But soon they promise to provide a new boat that's gonna have 3 engines with 600 horsepower each. The top speed of this particular boat is about 50 knots. And finally, talking about the armor, its specification is B6, and also this boat weighs more than 12 tons. The main cabin has got 6 seats, and all of them are captain seats. I've been to other boats, of course, but all of them had only 2 captain seats and others were just regular seats. But in this boat, despite the seats I've already told you about, which are placed in the central part of the boat, we also have got 6 more seats in the front part of the boat. And also you have to know that the boat is equipped with quite modern devices. But the one I'm driving right now is not the best configuration you can get. This particular boat is just an exhibition example, and the only purpose it serves is to show what a private company is capable of. We don't create boats only, we can do lots of different vessels. A ferry, for example, that may transport different military vehicles. It's actually one of our recent developments. It's even more like a houseboat, not a civilian but a military one. Or we can make some medium-sized barge, for example, and it may be automotive. And such a vehicle may offer quite a comfortable placement of your crew. It's kind of an armored house. And then you equip it with radars, displays, night vision, a sniper if you need one. It may become a kind of a fortress if it doesn't need to move a lot and just stand and serve at some particular location. You can easily hide it in some reeds, for example. If we paint it camouflage, you will never find it, especially if it's placed in some lake and there are no any storms, for example. And by the way, one of the things I like most in this boat are these windows, because they're absolutely straight and there's no image distortion. I paid attention to it because usually I drive cars and their windows are always a little bit convex. But with such straight windows I found that my eyes don't get tired at all. And also these windows are 4 centimeters thick. And despite all that, this wonderful boat is equipped with thermal protection, ventilation and air conditioning system. The lower part of each side of the boat is made of high-density polyethylene. Well, this wonderful material, so to say, easily makes friends with water. It slides amazingly over the water surface, but what makes it unique is the repairability. The boat is equipped with 10 soldering guns, so if there's any hole, you can easily solder and fix it in 5 minutes. The thing is that working in the field, even without any extruders, you can easily fix the body of the boat with the help of a regular burner or a heat gun or a blow dryer, and such a repairman will be enough to get to the base and fix the boat, which you obviously cannot do with aluminum boats, because you may not have argon, or if it's a fiberglass, which is not that easy to restore. And since these boats are supposed to be used in military actions and combat operations, that brings most harsh and severe operating conditions, such a flexible material may give you a huge advantage. I remember there came a guy from Nigeria. He was a huge, over 6.5 feet tall colonel, so he was knocking with his fists, asking what is it made from. I said, stop knocking with your fist, take this sledgehammer instead. We always keep it at the demo installations. I say if you break it through, you can just take it, free of charge. So the guy looked at me and said okay. And he started smashing it over the body like for 2 minutes, until he got tired and put it down because it's heavy. There was like small spot which you will never see if you polish it, because the body is made out of high-density polyethylene. It's so stiff and you don't even need to paint it. And this material, it slides perfectly against water. When you sail a fiber boat, you can feel the bouncing and this noise when the boat hits the waves. Sure. So when you're gonna be driving our boat, you will not feel or hear any of that. This material doesn't make any noise. It has incredible relationships with water. They simply love each other. One of the main advantages of the material we use in the production of our boats is that it's completely unaffected by osmosis. Thus in the sea nothing grows on its surface. It may get covered with block, but it's very easy to clean it out, so you don't have to cover it with any protective coating. So after hitting it for 2 minutes he surrendered, put down a sledgehammer and said no problem. It's very, very good. The manufacturer company is able to make absolutely any type of boat of your choice, whatever the length or size. For example, you may come there and say, I need a boat with solar panels and an electric engine. No problem. Or perhaps you need some boat able to perform some patrolling functions. You're welcome. One of my comrade friends, when he first saw this boat, he actually came with a thought, saying the only thing I don't understand is why the engine is not proofed. That's why I want to explain it. The purpose of this boat is actually not to be a prey, but to be a predator. That's why it's got the armor only where it's necessary, and the crew is fully protected. In fact, this is a boat inside of a boat. Okay, first we take our HDP body for example, and then we insert fully armored capsule inside of it, which is basically a cockpit where all the people work. It's one piece inside of a body, so even if there is shot on target that penetrates the body, even if there's hull breach and the water starts getting inside of the body, our engineers insist that it will take 48 hours to make it sink. So, since this boat's got outdoor motors, that gives another advantage, because it provides the opportunity to assemble any different type or configuration of this boat within this platform. You can equip it with extended fuel tanks. Right now this boat's got tanks with 2 tons fuel capacity, but you may change it for much bigger ones. Respectively, you can significantly increase the working area and the amount of tasks this boat may perform. There are plenty of things you can change just the way you want and get your own configuration. You may equip it with machine guns, flamethrower, cannons, anything you want. It's up to your imagination, even more than that. What you have to remember about this boat is that it's got a modular structure, and these modules are interchangeable, and that lets you make anything out of it, an endless variety of options. This boat, despite providing a full protection for its crew and being fully armored, it also is able to carry quite serious weapon models and firepower up on its deck. And it may be different brands and different configurations, depending on your purposes and boat's tasks. Luckily, there are no waves at all right now, and the water is smooth as glass, and that makes the impression from this boat even brighter, I guess. But the main thing I want you to understand is that it's not about me who enjoys driving it. It is about people who are going to work on this boat. They will definitely love and enjoy everything this boat may provide, and what I guess may be the problem of different countries and states. I mean, when they produce some new war machines and show them at some military exhibitions or something, or simply supply their armies with them, no one's asking the militaries whether they like them or not. No one's asking whether it's convenient to steer it. And most certainly they don't ask the soldiers who are getting transported by a boat. Let's be honest, no one actually cares. You just check out what it's capable of. Can I do a U-turn on such a speed? Sure. So I just go all the way left. Go for it. Holy shit, no way, man. And the most amazing thing here is this is a real armored boat. Take a second to digest it, it's an armored boat, and I'm driving it. A man who literally has nothing to do with waterway transport. But the handling of this thing is so intuitive and obvious that even I can do it. That was perfect. So clean and smooth. This is so awesome. This thing is amazing. Yeah, it's just 3 tries and you can drive it. Jesus Christ, I still don't believe it. I mean, how long am I driving it? It's been an hour maybe, or even less. And I'm already doing some stunts. I've got no idea what it took you to create it like this, but it's so amazing. I just want you to understand that I don't feel at all that this boat is very heavy. I just don't feel it. It steers like a Kia K5. And now take a look at this. This is a Falcon 980. It's got 700 horsepower and 2 engines, and it brings emotions. Okay, I didn't talk much while I was driving it, and the first reason for that is it was too cool to get distracted. It's amazing. This seat is so comfortable. The handling is so damn intuitive. This is such a fun that I simply want to have more people here. I wish to have more people here to see their emotions, to see their surprised faces. I want them to enjoy it with me. I even want to go fishing on this boat now, even though I don't understand a shit in fishing. But it seems to be a good choice for that. By the way, these things here are made specially for fishing rods. You can simply insert it here and relax. And what about those white cars with UN signs? Where are they going to? Well, they're going to wherever their mission is, all over the world. You can find them everywhere. So these cars are supposed to replace those Land Cruisers or what? No, the Land Cruisers are Land Cruisers, and they serve different purpose. They are more luxury cars, more civilian, for less dangerous situations. Yes, for city driving mostly, to drive you home from the airport. I'm more than sure that this job is full of unexpected and very interesting stories, and you always face some nuances and interesting situations right in the process, while you're being growing. I already know one story you told me before, and I wonder if we can tell it. It's about opposing mafia gangs in some unknown country, and to prevent them from arranging real wars right in the cities and streets. The government of the country declared a ban from importing armored cars. Oh yes, they did, true story. The Prime Minister of the country literally issued a decree because it's much more beneficial for them to make gang sit at their own bases, at their own villas or whatever, and didn't try to get out. Simply because if they try to get out, driving some regular automobiles, they get under attack immediately, because it's becoming too easy to assassinate them. And the police is happy because 5 gangsters less. They just shouldn't have gone out. All they had to do to survive is staying home. They watch each other positions. If you're out of the shelter, you are done. And what would happen if they let importing armored cars? Jesus Christ, of course they know it's gonna end war. As soon as they let these cars in, there are gonna be thousands of them. So we can only imagine what's gonna happen there. Because guys like them, believe me, they're gonna feel themselves immortals. And it's not the first time I meet such people. I've got an experience of talking with them. And they don't quite understand what an armored car is. They think it gives immortality as if it's indestructible. And seriously, like that, it changes their mentality. A guy once asked me, will it protect me from a bazooka or RPG? And what am I supposed to answer? I say it will not protect you even from a regular AK bullet if you're just gonna stand there and they keep shooting. Because yes, basically our car protects you from a 7.62-39 bullet. But under only one condition, your car should keep moving all the time. But if the car got stopped by your enemy, you don't have more than 3 or maybe 5 minutes simply to call for help, to call for backup, because the car is not going anywhere. And the guys with guns will definitely get you out of it. They will come to the car, wave you with their hands, maybe they even inquire how you are doing, because they got you. Even if the doors are closed, you are not in the movie. So he will stand right beside you and shoot under the wheel arc. 1, 2, and a third one will get through. Or will it? It will. Or the window triangle. 1, 2, 3. The fourth gets through. But until the car is moving, even if the best sniper is, there's 1% chance he gets 2 bullets into one spot. That's the thing. That's the thing. The car should move all the time. Of course, as soon as the car has stopped, you're done. Yesterday I was driving that Lexus. And when I opened the hood, first I got surprised, because I didn't see any radiator protection. And I found some places with no armor on, and only then I understood the car should run somehow. The car should be able to drive fast. Exactly. The capsule itself is proofed, and the interior of the car is safe. But this is a civilian vehicle. Of course we can make a full piece of armor out of this car, and make an immovable monument out of it. Sure, because it's gonna become 600 kilos heavier, and its engine is gonna boil trying to get it going. Such a car will die at the most inappropriate moment, and it will stop right beside your enemies. So you have to keep in mind this is a civilian automobile that gives you a good chance to get away. If you got under attack, for example, there's a guy with a machine gun and he's firing bursts. There were a situation when some guy shot more than 200 bullets, but still the car managed to drive away the passengers. The tires were destroyed, but thanks to Unflat it managed to escape and leave the impact area. But still, that was the civilian automobile. A protected one, though, that can save you from a gunfire, for example, from bad guys with guns. That's right, even more than that. These guys survived severe shootouts, being surrounded and shot from 2 or 3 sides, and still they got escaped. But the car should be able to run. If you stopped, you've got 3 or 5 minutes until they break into. For example, we've got a Land Cruiser, and that's a B6 level of protection. And you won't break it through with regular bullets, and the ones that can break it through are kind of forbidden, the armor-piercing bullets. But still, if you search for it, you can buy it for $1, and it will get through. Of course, it will get through my special ballistic steel. There will be a penetration, but a 7.68 AK bullet will not get through. But an armor-piercing bullet, of course, will get through. Some customers don't bother themselves with reading contracts. They just sign it and buy the car. They don't care, we've got specifications for everything. And some of them even want us to make them openable windows, because they like to smoke. And this poor window motor, even if it's German, I simply cannot guarantee it's gonna work because I didn't make it with my hands. I have no idea how many times I can lift this armored window, because it weighs 80 kilos. What if he opens it and it breaks? What if one day it simply refuses to go up for some reason? That's an immediate death. The sniper will take you out, like in a blink of an eye. I don't want to be responsible for that. That's an easy shot on target. You buy such a car for safety, not for smoking. Do you remember some unique situation? The most crazy offer, perhaps, when the customer wanted to add some features that surprised you? Well, the most unique one was when a president of one of the African countries ordered a war machine painted fully black, and then they asked me to fully cover it with red velour carpet, equip it with the best sound system possible, and make a complete VIP room inside of it, with 2 captain seats in the back for his bodyguards. And of course he wanted to attach a huge sap. When the car was ready and waiting for him, we hid it as far as possible. I even said to cover it with tent, for the customers from other countries didn't see it, because they're gonna crack up laughing, saying, what the hell is this? Are you guys sure you're a serious company? Who cares that president likes to drive himself? And he's a cool guy, and perhaps he simply likes red color. I'm not the one to judge, but we wanted to get rid of that car as fast as possible. I couldn't wait to get it out from the parking. Because everyone was like, hey, what's that? I say, where? There. I say, that's just nothing, and try to lead people away from it. And they get so curious because it's hidden, as if it's some secret weapon or something. So it's civil automobiles, it's war automobiles, and it's boats. Shall we expect for a helicopter or a plane? Well, I don't think so, but we may get to making drones or something. Some air machines, capable of doing military services.